Okay. All right. Number two, we got baby girl Tay in the building, and Margie is number one. What's up? Y'all pile in. Appreciate y'all. I'm in the house with the homie Scholar. I think Jag might drop in. We're gonna have a little conversation just in general. We were already chopping it up, but we're gonna have a, I don't know, I guess a deeper, in-depth conversation. I don't know. Let's I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But let me see. I guess I could start out with this because don't tell me I don't have it here. Oh, yes, I do. Y'all heard about this? Did y'all hear about this? Um, Sexy Red says she keeps throwing up. She don't know why she keeps throwing up blood. It says Sexy Red. This is Sexy Red. Number one, welcome to Set in the West. This is Wolfgang Amadeus. I'm hosting this. I got Scholar. Scholar is here. He in the building, and Jaguar Wright maybe popping in. We shall see. Um, oh, for those who don't know, shout out to the homegirl Medusa. She's gonna be performing at the Mint tomorrow with her band, live band, and Monifa is gonna be over at the Mint. If you don't know what a Mint is in LA, then I don't know what to tell you, but you know where Roscoe's used to be. That's where the Mint is. It's on that same street. It's down the street from there. So in fact, yeah, I might pop up. I might be in the building, but Monifa will be performing. I was like, oh dang, Monifa, okay, interesting. But I got like a special invite. Never know, Jag might pop up, y'all. But if you ask them, if you're in LA, and oh, and speaking of putting the hoodies up, thanks, Auntie Leah. Auntie Leah in the building. Oh, Scott, I got my bad. I got you in the backdrop. Hold on. Um, People who ordered their hoodies is yeah, you should get it this week. My bad. I had a whole bunch of other um complications, some other issues, y'all. Just taking care of business though. But yeah, y'all. Patricia Blair in the building, Yvonne in the building. What's up, y'all? The This tripped me out. I said, why is Sexy Red talking about she keep throwing up blood? I said, well, Sexy Red, why don't you throw up Crip? And then I said, oh, she's actually throwing up blood. That's the issue. She's vomiting blood. I said, yo, because I said she's throwing up blood. I'm like, well, yo. I was about to bang on her. Like, yo, don't get mad. The blood homies, the neighborhood I grew up in, they used to call them super loped out bloods. I ain't gonna be even disrespectful, but that's what they used to call them. I was like, she's throwing up blood. I said, well, throw up Crip then. No, but yeah, she's actually. I think she went on her Instagram live talking about some. Yeah, she keeps throwing up blood, and I was like, well, maybe it's because she takes a whole bunch of Plan Bs and drinking alcohol. Like if you take Plan Bs every night, you're probably gonna throw up blood. I don't know if she takes Plan Bs every night. I'm just saying. Let me not even. What you got to say about it? What do you think about that? You know who Sexy Red is, right? What do you think of Sexy Red? And she's throwing up. She went on Instagram Live, said she's throwing up blood.
I mean, when you live that lifestyle, it could be a lot of things. I mean, maybe it was that vaccine.
Oh,
That, uh,
you trying to get my channel taken away? No, I'm just kidding. No, I think I think they literally said they've given people passes because of the past restrictions and regulations that they were doing, especially during COVID. Like a lot of people got their channels taken away, and I think they've kind of left that alone. But it's crazy how 5 years later now everyone has a little bit of sense. But yeah, carry on. You're saying she probably got the little shizot, and
I mean, I'm kind of joking, but I mean, they haven't really looked into any of these long-term effects that people have had. And, over the last 5 years, you've seen a lot of people get cancer. A lot of people, well, even before the vaccine, people pop up with all kinds of ailments. Especially if you just watch TV, you're gonna see all these ads for all these medicines for all these conditions that people got. Look up the conditions. What causes them? We don't know.
Yeah.
So many things. Celebrities, Michael J. Fox, Christina Applegate. All these people got these diseases.
Yeah.
Resting face syndrome or something like that.
Yeah.
Stiff person syndrome. What are these things? What causes them? We don't know. So I mean,
yeah, you're right. We don't know why she's throwing up blood because shit, it could be it could be a bunch of stuff. Just like how you said with Christina Applegate, because she got diagnosed with what
some shit.
Yeah, and then Michael J. Fox, of course, had supposedly Parkinson's. Well, I ain't gonna say it like no disrespect to Michael J. Fox, but they say he has Parkinson's, but
Selena Gomez got lupus. We don't even know what causes that, I don't think.
Yeah, we don't. It could be environmental. We don't know. But I was going to say about Michael J. Fox, the same chemicals that they have in like Diet Coke, the aspartame.
Yeah.
It's this. If you do a lot of that, you'll have the same symptoms as like Parkinson's, from what I read. I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor or nothing like that. But the shakes, because it's like aspartame is basically like a neurotoxin. Oh, she called at the wrong time. But yeah, she said her. What's the name of the dogs? Andy?
Danger.
Danger. Danger Doom. Danger Mouse. Danger. That's what's up. That's my man's dog. Y'all follow my man Scholar. Did you did a so you're not your channel, your new channel, right? What is it?
Well, I haven't really. So it's called The Dang Truth.
Oh yeah, The Dang Truth. Okay.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna get there.
No, you already know when you set it up, you already know, bro. We're gonna go live more often. We're gonna do a lot more. But I think y'all could probably follow him if y'all look up Scholar is here. What's that one joint you the one joint that Shofu produced? Is it still on YouTube? The video?
No.
You took it off?
No, I'm gonna put it up though. I'm trying to find all my old shit. And I'm gonna put all my old shit up, all my Vietnam shit.
Okay, yeah.
I really don't know where it's at.
How, you never cataloged it? You never?
I wasn't like that.
Yeah. No, if y'all don't know, my man's an MC and he's been, Southeast Asia. Did you do Russia? Did
First
you do
American hip hop artist to headline the tour of Vietnam?
There you go. First American hip hop artist, Vietnam, and he's of course Vietnamese descent. So, no, man, you gotta get your content because that's part of your history. And yeah, I thought I could have swore I remember seeing that video on YouTube. I had a little cameo in it for a second. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, guys.
Yeah. Speaking of Asian hip hop, have you heard of Sky Is Your God? The Chinese guy, the Cantonese. He's Cantonese, right? It's speaking of Cantonese. Yeah. That what is it called? Blueprint Supreme. What do you think of it?
I mean, it's catchy. I don't know nothing about that artist or what type of shit he's putting out. But I mean, it's always nice to see, regardless of age, I don't think anywhere, just people putting out shit and getting on and being popular. So yeah.
That to me, that Blueprint Supreme, it's hip hop all the way because it has that feel. It's dope. It's dope. And then but what he's saying, if you translate what he's saying, it's some fire. Like he's really talking about business. And the translation. See, the thing is what kills me about certain languages. It doesn't sound right with hip hop, right? But Cantonese, of course, Cantonese, right? It's different languages in China, right? Or different dialects, I would say, right? And so it's not supposed to go to a hip hop beat. Like it's just the way it is. It's not supposed to go, but he makes it work. So I give him much props for that because art is art. You gotta love it. Art is art.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's putting it down. It's pretty. I did a little research on him, and I was like, okay, he's pretty nice. He's pretty nice.
I mean, it's a lot better than Gangnam Style, in my opinion.
Gangnam Style.
That's what the hip hop. I don't know what's called hip hop, whatever that shit was.
His name was Psy. He was a psyop. That's what it was. Gangnam Style. Yeah, I was running around calling no condom style. What's up, baby? People falling in the building. What's up? I'm here with the homie Scholar and his dog Danger. We're in the building. This is the state of hip hop. Reese, Yom J, what's up? Yvonne's in the building. I'm sorry, I'm saying what's up to everybody. Mikeia Sanders, appreciate you. Yeah, what I was asking everyone, did y'all see Sexy Red? Why? Yeah, she says she's throwing up blood. And we're talking about the assalamu alaikum to you. We're talking about why would she be throwing up blood? That's alarming. If you're throwing up blood and you don't know why, like what? I mean, it could be an ulcer. It could be a lot. Like you said, it could be diet. It could be the drugs. We don't know what designer drugs these people's is on now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these are the drug game done changed so much. I mean, I'm glad I've always been sober as a gopher, but man, I ain't no telling what these people's is on. So we don't know. Is she turning into a creature of some other galaxy? I don't know. Yeah, man, it's getting real tough out here. And that's I mean, shit. Hip hop in general. I think we talked about that, and then I just asked him a random question about another Asian artist. My guy is the first American hip hop artist to do a tour in Vietnam back then. I was just like, yo, we need that content. You need to let me produce a documentary on it for real. Because that's some dope shit, man. You and who was it? Six was out there, right? It was all your folks, right?
Yeah. You met Prophet.
Prophet, nah.
Yeah. They had a girl, Angela.
Okay.
But yeah, we did talk for it. Yeah, it's cool, you know. But I mean, it's great to like reflect on the past, but I really look towards the future.
Future, yeah. Oh no, man, I'm gonna hip you to what we doing with this cruelty free because it's about to be big because it's not just United States, it's global. And that's what we're talking about. I'm talking about the state of hip hop because look, hip hop for the most part, the popularity of it is not what it used to be, and that's a good thing. I remember you were talking to me. Now, my God, I don't want to put too much of his business out here, but he's a teacher, and he was talking to me about his students years back, and it was just like they were like, "What? It's lame to kind of be listening to hip hop." Is that what the conjecture was some years back?
It's falling out of favor. I mean, like when we were young, everyone was into hip hop.
Yeah.
But now you got more people who, you know, they're into like all the genres. They don't. Some of the kids aren't even into music no more.
Yeah.
But you listen to old music.
Yeah.
You listen to Nirvana, Beatles, and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
I found kids who want to listen to the '90s rap.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I heard that hip hop fell on the top Billboard for the first time.
Yeah.
Last week or something.
Last week. Yeah. Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's real bad.
It's actually a good thing. You say she was trolling. She meant to say blood gang signs. Well, if she was trolling, if she is throwing up blood, I would say throw up Crip or throw up F-13 or C-14. Let me give you both sides. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, hip hop though, it is true. With the mainstream, it is falling off. Oh yeah, you were telling me about Larry Gators. I'm gonna check that out for sure.
Oh, I know that.
You know who he is? Who is he?
He's this pastor. He's on YouTube.
Okay.
And he speaks a lot of conspiracy shit mixed with Christianity shit.
Okay.
And he's very entertaining. I peeped him for a while. In my opinion, he definitely speaks some real shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if he's mixing it with some other alternative stuff. Like some people say online.
Okay.
I don't know. And I know he drives a Lambo. or something like that. Because one time he came on his live and he was like, first off, don't ask why I drive a Lambo. I'm like, you drive a Lambo? So, yeah.
Would Jesus rock a Lambo? Jesus will be in a Hyundai. Stop, y'all. That's crazy. That's funny, y'all figuring out pastors. I have this up here about this Alabama pastor. Tell me what you think of this scholar. This Alabama pastor, he's upset after he helped someone in need pay their rent, and she gave glory to God. He started calling her all kind of crazy stuff. Y'all, look, y'all can see it right here. This fool was like, I paid a broke B word $900 rent yesterday, and I got up early after getting off prayer line. I clocked in on Facebook. First post I see is she talking about God did it again, y'all. What? My name is Pastor Jamal Brown, not God. Give me credit. If bro, what like so when you give charity, you're not supposed to announce it. That's from what I was told. But this fool, he needs to be. He's a pastor. They need to just demote him down to altar boy or something. You know what I'm saying? Because yo, that's crazy. Like that's crazy for a pastor to say something about one of his parishioners. He gave him nine. You just get a $900 and just don't even say that. Like, yeah, a pastor. He ain't no pastor. He a passer. That's passer, not pastor. He's passer. He gonna pat. You gonna pass your information to YouTube and Facebook. That's what he gonna do. He gonna pass it on over. So Larry Gators is okay. I gotta check him out. I definitely will check him out. I don't really get into the a lot of these ordained ministers or these preachers. A lot of times these preachers and pastors, they're Masons. And I'm not like what's that for? Diddy got Diddy. Diddy got a podcast. Oh, dude, you heard of Diddy got a podcast? You ever heard of him? I mean, it's eye bucking. No, he's a eye bucking raccoon. That's what I can call him. He's a eye bucking raccoon who be bucking his eyes in his freaking thumbnails, looking crazy to me. And then everybody who is a Mason is bad. That's I think that's his whole thing. And because he talks about conspiracies and stuff like that. But yeah. See, I mean, I said I mentioned that because I said most pastors, for the most part, they are a part of some type of lodge. They're Masons and stuff like that. I don't subscribe to the whole thing there where they're all bad, but I know I'm not. I don't get down like that. I don't get down with secrecy, and that's part of their. And I know their secret. I'm not gonna go there, no. And I know the truth, and I didn't take no oath. I'll say it like that. But anyway, I don't really rock with a lot of uh the religious. I'll just say it like that. The religious. Just let's just get the truth. Let's talk truth. Let's just get out there with the truth. You know what I'm saying? I was just talking to a scholar about Kanye. Because we're gonna talk about hip hop, and we were talking about his apology that he had with that one rabbi. So I told you the rabbi, he's on the esoteric side. Every religion has their esoteric side, meaning, look up what esoteric means. Christians have like Gnosticism and Rosicrucians and stuff like that. The Islamic faith, Sufism, that's their esoteric side. And then you have Judaism, their esoteric side a lot of time. Well, not a lot of time. Their esoteric side essentially is what that rabbi is what he represents. And what is that? The esoteric side of Judaism, Kabbalah, the Kabbalists. I think Madonna was down with the Kabbalah and all that stuff. Y'all look that up. Just look that up. So, I think, the faith, the religion, nothing wrong with that. Sometimes some of these pastors be on some BS though, like this guy, straight like part of the game. straight up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, well, reason why I was talking about Kanye because we're talking about the state of hip hop. So everybody know Kanye went ahead and he did an apology to the Jews because he did something kind of out there some time ago and said he was going to go DEFCON 3 on Jews or something crazy. But before that, I think he did an apology on Twitter. He tweeted an apology in Hebrew. I think it was after that. I think it was after. And I think another rabbi said, "Yo, this has to be more your actions. We need more actions versus you just talking." So I guess that action that you saw with the rabbi guy, he basically was capitulating, like, "Yo, I'm sorry for what I did. I bipolar, you know." And he said, "What do you think is the meaning behind him doing that?" Yeah. I believe he was medicated. I know some people who were on certain psychotropics or certain drugs, and they sound like that, and it's sad. It's sad. What do you think of the Kanye apology, man? Why you think he did it?
I'm a part of the Kanye's clone camp.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, you look at the footage, his hands, his face, they look different. Um, you know, every time I've seen him where he's really articulate and passionate, he's wearing a mask. So it's like they got the Kanye that can talk, but he don't look right. But when we see Kanye, he's, whether it's that time he was with Trump or whatever, like he barely talks.
Yeah.
And this time, yeah, he was talking and he did sound, a little bit different or whatever. And you had a good point that sounded like he was on lithium or whatever. That definitely could be it.
Yeah.
But just because to me, we have Kanye popping up and looking different so many different times. And yeah, I think of course, it could be something else, but I'm gonna go with clone.
Well, he clone for 200.
Yeah.
Hip Hop Jeopardy. Kanye. What is Kanye?
A demon, MP Ultra clone. Going there.
Did you ever hear about the conspiracy with Kanye and David Bowie? Did I ever tell you about that? Well, Jag is coming up. Welcome, Jaguar Wright. She got 100,000 subscribers, y'all. What's up, Jag? You here? I'm here with Scholar.
Hey.
What's up? What's up, girl?
Oh, I don't know, man. I can barely. I'm on my Tally right now. I feel like Tally from South Park. Unfortunately, I'm on my Tally without no cannabis because Tally
I
was
know.
turned out on cannabis.
Oh, okay.
I have like the I don't know what's going on right now, man.
Y'all welcome Jaguar, right? Scholar's here. You remember Scholar?
What's up, Scholar?
Go ahead.
Yo, what up?
Yeah.
What it do?
Yeah, just over here kicking it. Oh, you got the green screen. That's what's up.
No. Her side is green. I'm right there. Go ahead. I got the green screen also. Yeah.
Well, you can do this without a green screen?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I'll school you on it all, bro. Like you don't need an actual green screen. That's all I say. We'll chop it up because it's a lot that I'm of course prep him for his channel, and people didn't recognize Scholar as being I think I told you, Jag, Scholar being the first American to do a hip hop tour in Vietnam. And when we roll out the cruelty free, you already know we global with it, so we gonna head back over there. And yeah. So yeah, we were just chopping it up though, just in general. I was asking him what did he think about Kanye and the apology, and he thinks Kanye's a clone. So I I ain't gonna say it publicly, but you might got a point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they cloned Tyrone. They may have cloned Kanye. But I was getting into this conspiracy that a lot of people, and I think I sent it over to you, a conspiracy between David Bowie and Kanye West. Do
Yeah.
y'all want to? Do y'all want to hear it, or what? I mean, do you know about it?
Well, I remember when we first met and we were just, getting to know each other and having relevant, hip hop based conversations. You had said something about David Bowie was speaking of the coming of a global figure and how he said something about KW and whoop de whoop de woo. And then Kanye West was born not long after he said it, or around the time that he said this global figure would be showing up. And am I right? Or
Yeah, that's it. That's it. David Bowie, people talk about it. He predicted Kanye West. He had an album called David Bowie and the Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust. Remember that album, y'all?
yeah,
In fact,
yeah,
let me just. I wish I can show it. Let me send it to myself. Let me see if I can get it. But on the album, it's David Bowie underneath a sign in a pub. It's actually it's a drawing or a painting, and the sign says K West,
yeah,
and the album dropped. Um, it said the first song of the album said the world will end in 5 years unless there's a black star to save the world. And literally 5 years to the date from that album being dropped, Kanye was born.
yeah,
Yeah. And then he has a tie. See, and that's funny because off the thing we off camera, me and Scholar were talking. We were just talking about like esoteric stuff in general. And I talked to him. I said, you know what, man? A lot of these people in Hollywood are already Gnostics, like Gnostics. They're like they're already into some esoteric stuff. And the whole thing with David Bowie, people don't know David Bowie. Who brought David Bowie to the game? James Brown. I think he
yeah.
played for James Brown. Yeah, right.
Well, Mick Jagger definitely had a relationship with James Brown.
Yeah, that's what it was. Mick Jagger.
Yeah, it was Mick Jagger. David Bowie, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. Now, I know he worked with Nile. He worked with Nile Rodgers. Like he always had an interesting approximation to black music.
Yeah,
Him and Mick. And
yeah,
for real, on the low, Rod Stewart. It's
yeah.
it was something about, you know, our overseas Caucasian brethren who just really, really, really loved black culture, black music, all of that. So
And black women. He ended up marrying what's her
Iman.
name? Iman. Iman. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And they had a daughter.
Hmm.
She just released her first album not long ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
People say it's reminiscent. It's reminiscent. She says it's not reminiscent. She is her father's child. So I haven't
Oh,
listened to it yet.
that's dope. That's dope. Yeah. Yeah.
Iman's
That was
been
the
very
connection.
protective of her. I can't say that I blame her.
I wouldn't be. I understand. I understand. We'll get deeper into a scholar as far as that connection, but that was something, just something to look up. I think one, it's funny. I was taking this guy to the Magic Castle. You ever been to the Magic Castle in Hollywood? They have a place where you got to go one day. It's just crazy. It's magicians there. I think he was a magician. And he's the one that hit me to this story about Kanye and David Bowie. I said, oh. And it's deeper
Oh,
because it's like
shucks.
you say what?
Nothing.
Well, you know who he was. I know who he was. Like you can't. I ain't gonna go there. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, yeah. People, I'm telling y'all, reality sometimes be stranger than fiction. Uh, but
Oftentimes it's stranger than fiction.
but a lot of times these people are tapped into something else, and I don't think people really want to go there with who they tapped in with. But we ain't gonna talk too much about it. But y'all know what it is. Maybe we could talk about that on the when I start doing my Patreon lives. Because I'll tell y'all, there's a I have a connection to the group Oingo Boingo. I ain't gonna tell.
What?
Yeah, I ain't gonna. You don't even know that. That's funny. I ain't gonna talk about it in public. I let people out, but I got a connection to Oingo Boingo, specifically Danny Elfman.
Well, Danny Elfman is a very, very, very interesting character in music and in the movies.
Yeah, that's why I named myself Wolfgang. I was Alias at first. You remember when I was Alias, and then yeah, I changed it to Wolfgang. Yeah,
And salute. Thank you. Thank you for all the well wishes.
who's that? Somebody said something.
Wishing
Oh,
us congratulations on the 100K for
oh
the
yeah,
channel.
yeah, yeah. She got that 100K. Y'all know what it is. That's what's up. I'll talk more about that on my other because I don't the YouTube. Y'all already know how YouTube is. Yeah. I was old Dusty, and that fool was like, "I'm sorry." The scholar was like, "I'm sorry. They've been calling you old Dusty." Hey, bro, wait till you. I should have brought my paperwork. You got to see. I got some legal stuff that I'm finna, bro. It's finna get crazy. Anyway, um,
Number one, there's nothing dusty about you. Number two, the people that were calling you old dusty,
won't even show their face, huh?
no, well, not even just that, just they're not reputable.
I know. I know. I know.
They're not credible.
Not at all. I know.
Yeah.
I said you Dusty Road.
Dusty Roads. Okay. Essentially, though, the topic is what? Yeah, some of yeah, there's connections. Yeah, y'all. When I write my book, I'll really break it down. I don't give everybody everything. Everything ain't for everybody. But I do have a connection to Danny Elfman, and he knows what it is. Shout out to Danny Elfman. And yeah,
He became quite the purveyor of scored music for Hollywood films.
The Simpsons. Um, what is it? The Simpsons and uh anything that's done with anything that Tim Burton did. Like anything Tim Burton did.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And it's dope. Like that's why I write my that's like I said, it's a whole nother conversation. But y'all but looking at some of these people and studying and saying, I'm like, oh, I think a video I did some time ago about predictive programming. Uh some of these people in the entertainment industry, it's interesting. I'll just say that it's very interesting. But when we talk about this state of hip hop as a popular genre, it's on a decline. What do you think of that, Jag?
I mean, so was disco.
Disco's dead.
Yeah. And guess what? They thought it was going to last forever. You know, I think that anytime you take any kind of art form and push it pop and push it into that era or that realm of popular culture, you should already be predicting an end
Yeah,
because nothing in pop culture lasts, not even pop culture. Everything. The truth is nothing can be popular forever.
yeah,
Nothing.
yeah,
You have different generations, you have different demographics. Then when you interject the race component and then finances, money, all of that stuff, everything changes. So I think that's the biggest problem when it comes to rap versus hip hop, because I think we need to really start inserting the fact that this rap stuff is not hip hop.
Not at all.
It's not. It's not hip hop at all. Um True hip hop culture, I think it lives in the hearts of everyone whoever honored it. What rap is, that's something different. That's something completely different. And
Yeah.
in all honesty, rap needs to die. It
Yeah.
needs to die a very
Yeah.
painful, public, humiliating death. Like it
Yeah.
needs to be packed up in a clown car with no clowns in it, and it needs of a bridge on fire into a lake that has no water in it.
When rap, and the funny thing is the irony of it not being rap, it not being on the Billboard top, whatever, 100, and it's 30 something years, 40 something years, damn near. The irony of it is the time you go back 39 or 35, 39 years back, that's when actually rap was good, when you had variety. I think I told you, I said, oh, if it was 89, there was still variety. In fact, 89 was the last time, the last month, December of 89 is when Ice Cube was still with NWA. In January of 90, he was by himself. And there was so much variety in 90. And I told you, the Humpty Dance didn't even come out that time yet. And that blew up. And I could tell you about Busta Move and Young MC and MC Hammer,
Do
Vanilla
you want to
Ice.
know when I realized hip hop culture has no respect? When I just read a comment the other day talking about Professor Griff got kicked out of NWA.
How, Sway?
Yo,
How?
that's like saying that Grace Jones was the original Spinderella for Salt and Pepper.
That's like saying Heavy D was one of the Fat Boys or something, huh?
Yeah, indeed.
Somebody don't know their history. Well, that's why I got set in the West. I at least try to do my part and say, hey, do the history, do know what's up. And the real history of the West Coast goes like this. And ain't nobody refuted. Ain't nobody came out and said, oh, nope, you're lying. Because I went and got the original people that were there. And a lot of them have passed on. Shout out to rest in peace to General Jeff.
And Dr.
Um,
Funkenstein.
Dr. Funkenstein, rest in peace.
He
It's a
just
lot of
passed away.
people. Cluso, who's somebody that a lot of people don't know in hip hop, but those who know, they know. He's the one he drugged Battle Cat to the premiere of Set in the West and was like, you gotta come. And yeah, yeah. But anyway, that's
You
why
want
you
to know
gotta know
what's
your history.
odd? I'm gonna tell you what's odd. All of these people who want to be revered as hip hop legends and
Hmm.
hip hop all stars or whatever the case may be, but they don't talk about hip hop.
No, they don't.
They don't talk about the history of hip hop. They don't go back. They don't share. They don't teach. They talk about their era. They talk about what happened around them, but they don't ever go back. They never go back. I When I think about all of the stuff that I'm seeing in hip hop, like how important would it be for Busta Rhymes to speak more about Boogie Down Productions, or to speak more about just what actually happened to, you know, oh,
Let me
all
pause
of
you.
these people know hip hop, and they know what would it do for hip hop to have someone like, I mean, in LL Cool J, he kind of talks about the history of hip hop to a certain extent. He only talks about the pop culture stuff that surrounded Def Jam because he
Yeah,
was an entity of Def Jam, but nobody talks about the nine elements. Nobody, like, they'll sit there and yeah, it's
they don't talk about it all holistically. It's like you say, they'll give you a piece of it. And Big Blood, Seven, yeah, Uncle Jam's Army were not y'all OGs. I'm talking about LA hip hop. So my history is LA hip hop. My documentary set in the West, the history of the genesis of LA hip hop. I did reach out to some OGs in the Bay Area because the Bay Area has a genesis. Seattle has a genesis. Shout out to Mix. I was about to say Mix Master Spade, Sir Mix-a-Lot. But shout out to Rest in Peace, Mix Master Spade. Um,
that was weird watching Babies Got Back
done
with
by
the
the Seattle
orchestra.
Symphony. That was funny. If y'all ever go on YouTube, look up Baby Got Back. Uh, Sir Mix-a-Lot performed it with the Seattle Symphony, and a gang of snow bunnies came up there and was librarians
Librarians.
and teachers came up there shaking they tail feather. It was funny. Um, yo, yeah. But
Their
when I
dancing
said
was
West Coast, so
scary.
when I did say West Coast,
Scary.
you're right. Listen, my whole project was going to be holistically about all of the West Coast. Dago, because I got some OGs in Dago, even though the scene wasn't all crazy there, but I could go talk to some folks in Dago, all the way up to the Bay and past the Bay, even, Seattle. Like that was what originally what this whole project was about. But I funded this whole project and I only had like $5 in EBT and I had like 2 bus tokens. So I couldn't do it all. But I did LA justice and I did it right. Don Campbell's in it. Just look up the doc, bro, and tell me what you think. But like no one's refuting what I put out there. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, I'm not talking about the whole West Coast though, but I intended on doing the whole West Coast, and that includes mix masters. Yeah, Sir Mix-a-Lot, and yeah, because Sir Mix-a-Lot was involved with some people in LA. In fact, Uncle Jam's Army tried to do their thing in the Bay Area, and the Bay was like, y'all can't do nothing unless y'all put Too Short on. And they were not familiar with Too Short, but Too Short functioned and did some stuff with Uncle Jam's Army later, like after the '84. But shout out to Too Short and Souls of Mischief, because Souls of Mischief, I wanted to do a doc on them, and then they dropped it. They dropped the doc around the same time I was doing Set in the West, and I love that Souls of Mischief, the hieroglyphics doc. So yeah, y'all. The history is one thing, but back to what Jag was saying, no one really talks about the whole entire 9 elements of the culture when you talk about it. They don't.
It's almost as if they're afraid to educate people or show people that there's an educational side to hip hop. The simple fact that something that has been such a grand educational tool, because the truth is hip hop used to teach. It used to teach.
Boom.
And for some, it used to preach.
Yep.
When you think about Public Enemy and you think about what that encouraged, when I think about the simple fact that nobody even talks about the X Clan anymore, the simple fact that, like
Poor righteous
even
teachers.
us, come on, we're sitting here and we're talking about Sir Mix-a-Lot and we're talking about Baby Got Back, which was one of his biggest records, but it's also one of Nicki Minaj's biggest records. And the truth is most of her fans don't even acknowledge that that record came
Mm,
from Sir Mix-a-Lot.
they don't. They don't.
Even now, like when I think about just how uneducated rap listeners are nowadays. They are so not educated to the history of hip hop. Like I'll never forget when Giovanni was younger and the kids were younger and they would be playing their music around the house and I would tell them, I don't want to hear it
Mm,
unless you can tell me the record that it was sampled from, who the artist is, and what year the record came out. If you can tell
Mm,
me those things, you can play that record anytime you want.
dope.
And it was so funny because they would go back and they would look and they was like, well, hold up. These records is like 10 minutes long. Our record's only like 2-3 minutes, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
And they was like, and I'm like, yeah, I was like, and not only that, I started, showing them how you could have one record and there would be like 4 famous samples that came from the same record. And people bought tons and tons of units of all of this stuff that these records were sampled from and never not once gave a listen to the original record.
Yeah.
Never not once.
Yeah. Well, that, like you say, that's what hip hop actually taught. It said, we're gonna stand on the giants of these producers, creators, composers, and they will let you would have to look at the credits and see, oh, okay, they sampled who? Oh, let me go listen to that original. That's what made me like it. And even a lot of the popular artists that sample certain stuff didn't really do the back catalog of a lot of other artists justice, because there's still so much untapped, untouched samples that's like, yo, like no one sampled this. Like I looked at Lupe Fiasco when he kicked Push. That was an Indian lady or something. I was like, yo, and that's current. That's more current if you ask me. But Kick Push came out damn near 20 years ago, right? But that was a dope sample, and it made me go, oh damn, this is dope. And I started getting more into international records. I would go to Goodwill and go get me international records just to be like, yo, Then I was
Drake
just
has
talking
been
to
pushing a lot of international samples in some of his, latter
who?
catalog. Drake.
Ah, yeah, yeah, he
He was
was,
pushing a lot of stuff.
yeah,
Kanye was messing around with a lot of stuff. Nobody's paying attention to songs like Mercy. Um,
yeah,
there was a lot that's been going on in music, and there's a lot that a lot of people missed.
yeah.
But when I think about, this summer, Cardi B trying to push that nonsense. And everyone talking about, oh my God, Jay-Z, Jay-Z, let Cardi use his song. Oh my God, oh my God. The simple fact that I had to be the one to come forward and tell everybody that's Angela and Renee, that's Angela Winbush,
That's not Jay-Z record.
that's Angela Winbush, Angela and Renee. It came out 1981. This is their record. This is the song, and y'all ain't shouting them out.
They were shouting out a mediocre record from in my opinion, a mediocre MC in the collect when it really breaks it down. Because Jay, that's a whole nother. I don't see people say I'm a Jay-Z hater, and no, I'm not. I'm just calling you out. And shout out to Dewan B, because Dewan B is another dude who's got the nerve and the gall to be like, come on, y'all, this dude, come on, let's be real about Jay. But that's no another conversation. But yeah,
Can't be
that was a
real.
mediocre record.
Can't be real about it because they need people to believe the illusion.
Yeah, dude's
They
not that
need
dope.
people to
Let's
believe the illusion.
let's just keep it a buck. He's not that dope. And when we talk about the state of hip hop, we could all point at him right now. I can point to. Like I said, I give Nas his credit because what he dropped with Mass Appeal. Oh,
I hear
I
what you're
so
saying, but I got my own issues with that because Nas, like I said, he got soft. He was real soft and he was too worried about being popular. He was too worried about being in the in crowd. Just too worried about it. Because the truth is, he should have been a guardian of it. I tell
yeah.
you one thing, if Prodigy had a lived, we would have had a decent guardian of it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The-
Yeah, look, when it comes to real art, because what it is it's really about the art, it's about the culture. When we talk about hip hop, when people talk about hip hop, they may talk about the greatest rapper. Okay, cool. What about the graph writers? What about our Filipino homies who are b-boys and they excellent at it? You get what I'm saying? What about them? What about the entrepreneurs? Because hip hop, we do a different way of doing business, and our entrepreneurship is something different. We talk about all 9 elements. We're not just talking about, oh, this MC that fabricated so many record sales because and then he faked his way up to the popularity or whatever and stole styles. We're not talking about that. MC and I mean hip hop was never about biting the authenticity. You had to been authentic to really be like to stand out.
Authenticity went out the door the second that people started getting endorsement deals. It all became about what's going to get you paid. What are they
Yeah,
going to pay for?
yeah. That's but that's the name of the game now. The good thing about the death of this hip hop, and when you were saying that, Scholar was over here making all kind of faces. Why were you doing that? Why were you like, oh,
Yeah, it's powerful.
yeah.
I mean, as much as I love hip hop, I mean, yeah, everything dies, right?
It's cycling out bad and it's looking bad, but from the ashes. Um Sankofa, y'all. And then also not just Sankofa. I'm thinking my comedic terms right now, and I it ain't hitting because I ain't been studying like I should. But uh, the dung beetle pushing up and then out comes a new life. That's where we're at right now. I can't think of the terminology of it, but that's where we're at right now. I think
You
it
you want to know
it's
what else is interesting? And something that I've heard you hint at, but I've never heard you say. You talk about how the Renaissance era of hip hop was born. The East Coast likes to fight for it. They like to say it was New York. The West Coast, they have their history, they have their facts, and they have their details. But I don't think people are really paying attention to the fact that it was almost as if it was a consciousness awakening at a
yeah,
certain time.
yeah,
It wasn't an idea that sprung from one place to another,
yeah.
but it was almost as if it was a consciousness. People were waking up to a certain energy, to a certain frequency at the same time. Now, one area might have been more focused on one aspect of it, another area might have been more, focused on the other. But at the same time, from each coast, there was an uprising of this energy, of this particular energy.
That you're right, and the reason why I don't speak on it because well, the way I can articulate it, I'll say it like this. That's what we'll say, what the fifth element. Shout out to Coast Contra because they have an album called The Fifth. And I see what they're talking about. The fifth element is that knowledge or that consciousness, right? And you're right. I don't speak on it, but you're right. It was a somewhat of an awakening during that time. It can't be like, oh, okay, it happened in 73. But it's not like that. Even when you come into consciousness, it's not an immediate thing. It's like for me, it was a gradual. It's a gradual. So everything gradually took place. So the movement on our end, I say, started with Don Campbell, 1969. But of course, you could even go back to the Watts Prophets and Brother Amdi, which we got to link up with Brother
Hmm.
Amdi.
Yeah.
Uh, they had an album called "Rapping Black in the White World" in 1969. Rapping black in the white world. They didn't say singing or they said rapping black in the white world. Um, and like you say, that consciousness. People like Don Campbell doing what he's doing, and he got big on Soul Train, and you could see uh 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 Rerun do his thing with. And then the nigga twins got their movements from watching that guy on Soul Train, and the nigga twins are the ones who were they were the dancers for Kool Herc, and Kool Herc is the supposedly father of hip hop, first DJ in the party. But it was a gradual thing. I'll say it like that. So the consciousness of hip hop was a gradual thing. I'll just say it like that. And you're right. I got to more or less figure out a way to articulate it better, but it's similar, something like that. What do we have coming out of the birth of this consciousness. The civil rights era was pretty much what, is on I wouldn't say on his way out, but it was like, the late 60s, the 50s, civil rights era. We can't even say when it started, but shoot, because we could, we could talk about that. But let's just say the culmination of it was 50s, 60s, right? Then we had this hip hop movement in the late 60s, early 70s. And even the civil rights era, you could say the hip hop era or the civil rights era consciousness kind of crept into the hip hop era, because when hip hop first came about, corporations did not want it. It wasn't like, oh, well, come
They did
on.
everything that they could do to ban hip hop from the
And why?
radio
Because
to
it represented something they didn't want. Go ahead.
it represented freedom. It represented life outside or beyond control.
Yeah, Martha, locking. Don Campbell created something called locking in 1969. Look it up. It's
Hmm.
a brother named Don Campbell. It was called locking, Campbell lock. That's what he then that came pop locking. But yeah, but corporations did not want it because it represented. If y'all look at hip hop in I would say the late 80s, Public Enemy is a good example. Ice Cube is one. Poor Righteous Teachers is one. X Clan is one. They didn't want that. They did not want
No,
that.
not
They
at
didn't
all.
want that.
They didn't want anything where Black people were embedding power and self awareness and cultural and community responsibility. They didn't want any of that.
Yeah.
They didn't want any of that at all, which is interesting because that was around the same time that the crack epidemic had started blowing up and they had started
Oh,
really working on it. So it's funny because the very thing that could have probably saved our communities from the downfall that it went into, they took it and they turned it on itself.
yep, yep,
They
yep,
turned it on itself
yep.
because then all of the rappers started, every time they were rapping, they rapping about what kind of pharmaceuticals they were selling. They rapped about the kind of money that they were making off of it. They rapped about the alcohol. They rapped about the SCX. It's very funny. The very thing that was meant to save the culture, they turned it against itself and let it loose.
Jag, funny thing you said about the crack epidemic. A lot of these guys, when they first came out, what were their names? You had Coke LaRock. You had
Mhm.
an MC. Well, I always make fun of Easy Rock. That if y'all that's from your neck of the woods. Shout out to Rob Bass and Easy Rock, right? But Rob
Mhm.
Bass, y'all know
Yeah.
what bassing is, right? Easy Rock. That's what they used to call. They used to call crack Easy Rock. That's what they used to call it.
Yeah.
Um, in the parties, they'd be like, say cocaine. That was the. I'm just saying, y'all, that was hip hop. I mean, hip hop was, but
That
Reaganomics,
panda
y'all.
song. That panda
Who-
song when they was talking about the panda just a couple of years ago and talking about baking soda. And
Wait, you talking about Panda Designer? I got bras in Atlanta.
what was the song with the baking soda? Baking soda. That was the
I'm in love
panda,
with the
wasn't it?
cocoa.
Yeah.
I'm in love with the
No, that's
cocoa.
I'm in love with the cocoa. Yeah.
But the early days of hip hop they were all on coke.
See, that goes to show you I can't tell the difference between the panda song and the I'm in love with the cocoa song. It all sound the same to me.
Oh, she said, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, we the unks and uncles now. Like we out of touch. We the aunts and uncles. Like
No, we
we
not.
don't know. Like,
We ain't
what's
out
that
of
damn
touch.
song?
No, we ain't
What?
out of touch. We are very much so in touch. We can
No,
feel
we're
our
in touch.
faces.
But
We can
yeah,
feel our faces. These people can't even feel their extremities.
that's
Shout
funny.
out to Sexy Red. Hope you stop throwing up the red stuff.
They said that she was trolling. I said, nah. I think she really was. I can't. I don't know why I keep throwing.
You don't
Yeah,
know why
y'all.
you keep throwing up your menstruation? I don't know.
That's hilarious. Well, I was trolling too because I said maybe she needs to stop eating them Plan Bs and drinking that Ciroc. You can't wash down your prep with Hennessy.
Why not? They all do it.
Yeah, but that's what hip hop has become now. It's funny when you talk about the cocaine and all that or whatever, and then now, tell me if you peep this, scholar. They're low key promoting pharmaceutical or prescription drugs. That's what's been going on. I look at Cardi B. She just made some comment about prep, talking about some everybody should be on prep. You know what prep is, right?
Talk about like
The
yeah,
antiviral and HIV. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I shouldn't speak on it, but they do that in schools too.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like I don't know if that should even be legal. But
They shouldn't. Hell no.
like when they do like sex ed or whatever,
They tell them about prep.
all kinds of they bring out like a chart and like
You hear this? You know he's a teacher, right? You know he's a teacher. You hear this? I think the furthest they went with us with the SCS ed was, prophylactics. They didn't talk about, and maybe the birth control pill. They didn't talk about. Wow. Wow. Jag had left. She had to I think maybe her phone died. Oh yeah, she probably, that's crazy. You said your grandpa was an OBGYN and he'd be pissed? Yeah, yeah. Wow. We might have to do a part two because that was interesting. We'll see if Jag comes back up. I may go for a few more minutes, but I think I'm about to be out. The state of hip hop, though, somebody was asking what's up with this backdrop. I talked about it earlier. The pastor getting upset after he paid someone in need. That's what I talked about it earlier. Okay, Jag is back. Did you hear what was said about the schools?
Yeah, you didn't see what I wrote. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even get a chance to push it in it. I was putting it in the chat. They also teach in the SCX how to use the back door rubbers. In certain schools, they've been teaching the kids in the education how to use the back door prophylactic.
I see why it's important now to homeschool your children. I see
I'm
why
just
Dr.
trying to
Umar
understand
is trying to open up his
why
school.
does somebody need to be, what do kids, I don't.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm glad you dropped that. I'm going. You ain't on camera, so they ain't gonna. Yeah. Wow, that's and I see why what you were talking about with these
I
teachers.
wouldn't be having my kids in nobody's school. I
No,
don't
not at all.
understand. See, this is what I don't understand. What I don't understand is how people haven't come to understand that these politicians are allowing this crap to happen to your kids in real damn time.
Yeah, yeah.
The stuff that they're pushing. And the thing is, it's not helping society in any way. The truth is, school, the stuff that kids learn in school is making society worse. I don't know, Scholar. My mother was a teacher back in the 80s during the crack epidemic in Camden, New Jersey. And it's sad because the truth is there was so much that was going on and the teachers were trying to find a way to shield the kids, and every time they would try to stop certain things from being passed around, the school told them they had to mind their business. It was against the law for them to have opinions about this, that, and I don't know. It seems like they're just trying to drive humanity over a cliff.
Hmm.
What do you think, Scholar?
I mean, I always ask myself, like, you look at the literacy rates plummeting. You look at the state of, just all the subjects, math and grammar, everything. And you have to ask yourself, is this incompetence or is it on purpose?
If
And
they keep dropping it, it ain't because they want them to get smarter.
I mean,
Like if
if
you
this is
see your
not on,
student struggling, the last thing you should be doing is dropping the bar.
Right.
yeah, I mean, if they're not doing that on purpose, then the adults are dumber than the kids,
Hmm.
and we're all hopeless. So, yeah, I agree though. It's pretty insane.
I tell you one thing: if your civilization is stupid, then that means the people that are really smart, they get to run rings around them.
Exactly. Well, what did who was it? It wasn't J.P. Morgan. Who was that said, "I don't need a
Rockefeller
nation Rockefeller. I don't need a nation of thinkers.
workers.
I need a nation of workers."
Well, they ain't even gonna need them because they gonna have the robots, and the robots ain't
Exactly.
gonna disagree with you
And
either.
and then all they're gonna do is a mass extermination.
I mean, will they have to? I think humanity is doing a fine job of that all by themselves.
Yeah, you got a point. You see all the stuff that's going on in Africa right now, not to put the spotlight on Africa and not to say that I agree with Trump saying, oh, yeah, send Trump troops over to Nigeria. But that's ridiculous. They burying Christians in my Nigeria. And a young little girl, a TikToker got unalive in the middle of a town market in Mali because they said she was working with the rebellion. But yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
real out here. It's real
yeah.
out here in these streets. What I'm not understanding is why are we worried about protecting Christians everywhere else but here?
Well, yeah.
Because I was just on YouTube the other day and I was listening to a man talking about Jesus wasn't down for Christians.
Hmm.
I'm trying to understand. Jesus didn't come to this world to save Christians. And technically, he's right because Christians didn't exist until Jesus lived and died. Because the word Christian means to be Christ like. That meant to spring up a bunch of people who want to be like Yeshua. It's funny how that
Speak,
works.
speaking of yes, sure. Miss K, you keep missing it. I've already talked about this. This pastor keeps he basically got mad after um, someone he helped pay their rent, and she went on and gave it up to God, and he called her all kind of bees, and I said
Huh?
that is hilarious. Oh, you didn't hear about this? Look at this.
What?
Alabama pastor upset after he helped pay someone in need rent, and she gave glory to God. So the pastor said, "A broke ass B, nine. I paid a broke ass B word $900 rent yesterday. I got up early and got on the Facebook prayer line and clocked in, and the first thing I saw was her talking about God did it again, y'all." He said, "My name is Pastor Jamel Bryant, not God. Give me
Wait
credit."
a minute. Wait a minute. That was Jamal Bryant said that.
I'm sorry, Jamel Brown.
I was about to say he got enough problems. I'm still surprised people ain't been on his top after trying to open up a weed dispensary in the church.
Well, in order to get to heaven, you got to get high.
So his name, so this pastor's name is Jamal Brown, and he's
Jamel
mad.
Brown.
Jamel Brown, and he's mad that the person who he helped is shouting out God and not him.
He's mad about that, but I'm mad at
You
the
want to know
fact
what's funny? You want to know what's really funny? That goes to show you he's not a preacher. He's not a pastor. He's
he's an
a
opportunist. He's a predator. He's
he's
an
definitely a
opportunist.
predator and an opportunist, but not. See, it says in the Bible that when you give, Yeshua said that when you give, it should be in secret. It should be in secret. You shouldn't be announcing to the world what you've done for someone.
Right. Exactly.
The person who's supposed to be paying attention to that is God.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need to be announced. That's why when I look at all of these charities, I don't understand how people can't see that they're most likely criminal organizations fronting as charities, because you're not supposed to be announcing
Not at all.
what you've done for somebody. But more importantly than that, whatever he gave this broke heifer to help her save her rent, whatever he had, that came from God too.
Yeah.
God enabled you to be able to help a member of your flock. So she is thanking the right person.
There you go.
And he had the audacity to get on social media and call her a broke heifer and say my name, say my name, say my name. He
Yeah, he
really did
Beyonce.
the Destiny's stepchild. The
Destiny's Foster Child. Yeah. Well, I'm more mad about the $900 rent. Where the hell can you pay $900 for rent? I mean, that's what I'm mad about.
She must have had Section 8, which means he didn't deserve all the credit anyway.
Oh God. All right. It's funny. I literally was the day that they released this, I said in my head, I'm about to go live because how come there's no prison photo of Diddy? He's been in the MDOC in New York and this and you have to have a prison picture.
That looks
And
like
this
something
prison
that came
picture,
from the state fair. That don't even look like no prison picture. Where is the board with his name on it? Like, this don't
that
even
look
look right.
it look AI exactly.
You want to know what's even worse than that? I'm still trying to understand why everybody cares about what he's doing in jail.
Yeah,
Why is it that every other day they talking about what Diddy's doing in jail? Do we know everything that's going on with Suge Knight in jail?
no, we
Because
don't.
Suge Knight was just as paramount a figure in the rap game as the diddler. And when Suge went to jail, I didn't hear nobody talking about what his job was. I didn't hear nobody talking about whether or not he was drinking and getting high. I didn't hear nobody talking about whether or not he was given the Glock 8 million. I don't nothing. Why don't they talk about Suge Knight?
Well, this is Diddy distraction, the continuance of the Diddy distraction. CBS News just dropped
Oh,
Sean Diddy Combs' life in prison includes a job in the chapel, drug treatment, and discipline over
He's
phone
got
call.
more. Wait a minute. He's got a job in the chapel. I thought he was doing laundry.
Right. Like we're getting all kind of conflicting. That's why I said I'm cool. I ain't trying to entertain any of this news because now all of a sudden the TMZ they ain't cool with him no more. That's cap.
That's straight cap. That ain't nothing but a Jay-Z breakup.
Say he's working as a chaplain's assistant. This is according to CBS News. They say he is working as a chaplain's assistant.
That's a damn
I
lie,
guess
and they
I,
know
I
it
I
is.
right put the emphasis on the ass and assistance.
I, what I
Former
find funny is that they actually think that if they give him press and make him sound like he's been a good boy and he's been a that the people are going to say, oh man, Diddy needs to be let out of jail, and then the politicians don't have to feel bad about letting him out. Like, I think that that's what they're doing. I think they're looking for some kind of resounding public outcry of, we want Diddy free because he's a good guy and he's doing the best that he can in jail and whoop de woo, and then that's gonna make it okay. for him to get a pardon or for him to get it. Like it's too much. He's a black man in jail. There's a bunch of black men in jail. I want to see people have this kind of energy for every other black man that's in jail, especially the ones who were put there for crimes that they did
Bye.
not commit. I'm
Right.
just why don't we have, where's all this energy for Suge Knight? Suge Knight been in jail damn near what, a decade?
Yeah,
Where's
over a
all of this?
decade.
Why ain't nobody talking like this about Suge?
We don't even know where Suge works, but
No,
his publicist, Puffy's publicist, came out, told CBS News he works in a chapel library where he describes the environment as warm, respectful, and rewarding.
he
Sounds like
describes it.
it sounds like warm baby oil, huh? Warm, respectful, and rewarding.
Ah.
Or maybe it sounds like that stuff that he rubs on his. Never mind.
Look, all I can say is this. You don't get no job working with a chaplain the second that you book into jail. That's not how it works. You get assigned a detail. You got to work your way up to such things. You don't get that kind of access. And he shouldn't be getting that kind of access. Now, what I find interesting is he's still not being treated as well as Ghislaine Maxwell. But I digress.
Yeah, well, he's getting the same treatment as Ghislaine. That's what I was just
No,
telling
he
you,
not. No, he not.
scholar.
No, he not. No, he
Well,
not. He ain't
that's what
getting
it
the
looks
same.
like.
No, 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 no.
I was telling.
Ghislaine is getting her meals brought to her.
Oh,
Like
damn!
Ghislaine has the warden doing her emails and going back and forth with her legal team.
Wow,
Ghislaine is allowed to shower after hours, so she don't have to be around none of the prisoners no more. Ghislaine, she gets. I mean, she got a concierge
wow, wow,
in the jail. She got jail concierge.
wow. Yeah, well, well, interesting. Wow,
Just in my ass.
interesting. They getting all this preferential treatment for wow. Yeah, if anything, we should be riding over that. People about to lose it, because they thought they was gonna lose their food stamps, but not it. Everybody need to be turning up for this. Crazy. Um, I'm only gonna go a few more minutes more, and then
No, that's fine. I'm gonna
yeah.
drop down and let you
You,
finish up if
no,
you
well,
want.
yeah, we appreciate you. You didn't have to drop down, but it's all good.
Oh,
Oh, um, before I leave, so Medusa she sent the message and she was just saying what's up to you. And then she has a performance at the Mint tomorrow.
oh, that's
And
what's up.
they wanted you to pop through because guess who's going to be also performing with their band too? Monifa.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Well, send my love. I haven't seen Mo in a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I'm so far on the outside of everything now that
No, I'm telling you.
mm,
I'm telling you, shout out to the gangster goddess Medusa. She got much love and admiration for you, and she wants, like we already talked. You know what it is, and yeah, she's gonna be very instrumental in a bunch of things. Don't even trip. But Monifa's coming back out with a band and doing her thing, and uh, gangster goddess Medusa's performing too. So if you're in LA, you know what a Mint is. The Mint's over there, right across where the old Roscoe's used to be on Pico. Y'all pull up. It's tomorrow night. I'm sure. Check on my wall. I'll post it. Um, but yeah, yeah,
and we'll make sure we post it over on the community wall over on the Jaguar Wright Effect as well. I want
Yeah.
to be able to promote as many awesome people as we possibly can.
Yeah, because that's what it's really about. This hip hop stuff is done, but I tell you what, the
No, the
live
rap stuff, the rap
instrumentation.
stuff, the
Well, oh
rap
yeah, my
stuff.
bad. You're right. The rap side of it. Rap is what you do. The rap side of it is done, but the hip hop ain't stopping. I'll say it like that because the live instrumentation, the music, the real musicianship, the real MCing, all that, that's still there. So yeah, you want to see a really good show? Yeah, that's we gonna promote. We gonna be promoting all that. Want to see a real good show? We're gonna be like, yo, it's in your city. Any musicians out there, if y'all trying to get things popping and y'all are really dope, connect with us. We trying to promote. We trying to promote you
Indeed.
all day, every damn day. So
This is ridiculous. If I see another picture of this ninja,
that is fake. I'm telling you, that's fake. He looked like what was a black on that movie Black Snake Moan, Samuel L. Jackson, how he was looking. That's how
you
he
want to know
looked.
what's funny? You want to know what's really funny?
And I'm
There,
sure he looks way sicker than that because I'm
there.
hearing reports that he. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm like I don't think he even looks that healthy. And
No, they're just so worried about his freaking image. They're so worried about his freaking image and how his image is being translated out here in the world now. But was anybody worried about his image? All of them videotapes? Was anybody worried about like,
yeah.
these people, I don't get it. I don't get it. The things that they care about.
Oh, that was another topic. I'll talk about that next time. I was going to talk about. I'll talk about that next time because
Well,
I got a hip scholar to this new movie and
oh my God.
yeah, yeah. So we'll talk about that.
Are you talking
That
about
post,
Bologna?
but Begonia,
I said Bologna.
Bologna. Yeah. But
Scholar, be careful. Be careful. Be careful what he about to tell you.
Okay, I'm ready.
we'll talk. We gonna all talk about that. I guess we'll talk about it later. I'll probably do a. Shoot, we probably can do a review of it if you really want to go in depth. We can go into the StreamYard and I'll do it, but we'll see. I think everybody needs to check it out though. I don't want to merge, but that's what this post behind me was about, but a little bit loosely about it. But I was gonna put my spin on it. That's all.
Yeah,
The
well, you know,
useful idiots.
put some spin on it, get some cardboard, and don't,
And yeah, do it hip hop. Do it hip hop. All
hey.
right, y'all. I'm out of here, but I'm gonna leave because I'm gonna mention something. If you're looking for like some really dope, authentic albums to listen to, because I've listened to albums like from front to back, and my recommendation, uh, go to what was the name of Lost Boy's first album? Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. Was that what it's called? That whole album from start to finish, you can
Mm-hmm.
listen to that. It's fire. The first album, Lex Coops, Beamers in the Benz, like that album. That was my shit.
Ah,
Another
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Another one. I'm Camp Lowe's Uptown Saturday Night. That whole album,
Awesome.
fire, fire.
Shout out to
Um,
Geechee Suede.
yeah, Geechee Sway. Shout out to all them over there. I would even say the stakes is high. De La's first, not first. That was like the third. That whole album, stakes is high from boom start to finish. Listen to
That
the
was
whole
back
thing.
when albums
96
used to matter. That was
whole
back
albums.
when albums counted. Man, when I tell you EPMD.
Mm.
I made sure I grabbed every project.
Yep.
EPMD. I'll never
Yep.
forget when all of my CDs got stolen and I lost. I had every. Oh my goodness! I used to have one of the illest CD collections. Oh my
I
goodness.
bet you were heartbroken because that had happened to me a few times.
Oh
Bass
yeah.
head broke
Yeah.
into my damn car.
You want to know what's funny though? When streaming hit, I was like, "Well, this is perfect. I don't ever have to worry about getting another CD stolen again." And that's how they got us. Convenience, convenience
Yeah.
and accessibility. That's
Yeah.
how they got us. Because the truth is, and you're right, they took away that personal experience of having a music catalog. Dating back in the day, it was so much more humane than it is right now because dating now it all starts on a device and people don't know how to deal with people in real life anymore. But when we used to date back in the day, a smart girl, the first thing that she did when she went over a guy's house was look at his bookshelf and look at his CD rack or look at his records or his cassette collection, whatever it was that he had going on. Those are the first things that you looked at. And you could look at the books on the shelves and the music that was collected and all of that, and you could determine whether or not this was going to be somebody that you could rock with or not. It was actually a great cheat sheet to figure out whether or not you were going to see this person again. Am I
I
wrong?
well, my bookshelf at the time, uh, it had the Blue Cantrell, Blacktail magazine,
Oh
uh,
God. See that in
and
itself. You
I'm,
really
I'm,
enjoyed looking at Blue Cantrell because man, you got
I
fond
remember
memories.
that was the 16 years old pivotal. Like, yo, who is this chick? I don't think she went by Blue Cantrell on the Blacktail magazine, but I do remember that Blacktail magazine.
You wanna know
Anyway,
what's sad? I'ma tell you what's sad. That Blacktail magazine probably got more recognition than any of her albums.
oh shit!
That's the sad thing.
It sold more units.
That Blacktail magazine went platinum.
That's cold. That is cold. That's hilarious.
That's how they do us, man. That's
Hit
how
them
they
up
do us.
style.
That's how they hit them up, hit them up, hit them down.
I didn't know my guy. Shout out. I saw him not too long ago with Lonzo, and I put him up on the wall on the post.
You and your
Um,
tail.
my guy,
Jesus.
not clientele. Shout out to clientele, but my guy, uh, Arabian Prince, Arab.
Mm-hmm.
That's what his family comes from. You know, the magazine, the publication side of the game, and then he got into the tech side. I don't know if his family started Blacktail. I don't think it started Black, but he comes from that side of the world. And I was like, interesting, very interesting. See,
Hey,
when we start doing this new, because like I said, hip hop ain't stopping, and now y'all, the way we can get out here with entrepreneurship, we could change the game on a lot of stuff. Always own your IP. I'll just say that own whatever intellectual property you come up with. Own it. Don't just give it away or own it.
I mean, definitely you should own it, but you should also be prepared for the fact that somebody gonna find a way to steal it.
Oh yeah. Or it's the get down or lay down, type of deal too. You know that. Just but still own it. Like I own anything I created. I own. I still own it. So but
Yeah.
anyway, we got a lot to work on behind the scenes. I'll just say, one last album. I was gonna give it up. It was gonna be between, and you ain't got to comment on it because Philadelphia Half Life or
Nah, that was a great
wait,
album.
it was, but Philadelphia Half Life or Realms in Reality by Cellar Dwellers? Why don't y'all listen to both? See, when hip hop was so just the variety was there. That's why I said I could say Philadelphia Half-Life, and then I can put Cellar Dwellers Realm in Reality in that same, because they came out around the same time. Shout out to Nick Wiz who produced that Cellar Dweller. Nick Wiz was a beast. If y'all listen to those two albums, you tell me which one was better. It go either way for me. I mean, I got much, the Roots, Do You Want More was dope, but the Philadelphia Half-Life, I mean, Quick was on it. I mean,
Philadelphia Half-Life was the last real rap album they
yeah,
made.
they did. Yeah, you're right.
The
Because Things Fall
next
Apart
album, Things Fall Apart was a dope
wasn't it?
project.
It
It was
wasn't
a
a
dope
hip
project.
hop.
But it had started, going towards the diversity and
Yeah,
trying to find a way inside the pop culture
yeah, exactly,
um construct.
exactly.
And then after that, after that era, after the Roots Come Alive, Things Fall Apart, Phrenology, it was all downhill from there.
Here's what I'm gonna do with you, Jag, and maybe we could do these, and they'll probably these won't go as we won't monetize them. So imagine if I said greatest hip hop album of a certain era, right? Like I just said, Philadelphia Half-Life, dope album. You
Hmm.
grab two or three songs, I grab two or three songs from another album. Like if I was to take Philadelphia Half-Life and I took the Cellar Dwellers, Realms in Reality, okay, the singles that they were promoting, Clones, they promoted Clones for Philadelphia Half-Life, and then
Yeah.
they promoted Perfect Match for Cellar Dwellers, which fucking
Hmm.
Perfect Match was crazy.
Yeah.
Philadelphia Half-Life, that album, and then you got Realms in Reality, them two singles, you put them up against each other, almost like a versus. You put now, if we think about it, you put them up against each other. Like if I took that album and I took, let's say, three songs, I would take Clones, and then of course, what is it, Concerto of a Desperado? That was dope.
Yeah.
Um, And then I of course what they do with Quick, the one Quick produced, what they do, never do what they do. That with Raphael Sadiq.
That's
Dope.
funny because everybody gave Raphael credit for that. They never gave Quick credit for that
That was
record.
Quick's production. Shout out to Compton. That was Quick.
I know that was Quick, but it was Raphael who they gave credit to for that.
Right. I listen to it as a producer now. I'm like, that's Quick's all day. That's Quick all day. Raphael don't do it. You hear the licks in the beginning? That's Quick. That ain't Raphael don't do that. No disrespect to Raphael Sadiq. Raphael Sadiq is dope. But Raphael Sadiq don't do that. If you listen to the beginning, that's Quick all day. Shout out to Quick. But give me those three singles, and then I'll give you three singles from, or just three songs from that album with Realms in Reality. Perfect Match was dope. What was the one song by Cellar Dwellers? Trouble Again when the Dwellers comes. Like I will do that. Like if we did like a verses like that, I think that's dope. Just go get some real classic, dope ass hip hop albums and just pick three songs and put them up against each other. And see
We
a
could
lot of
do
the
that
new.
on Patreon. We don't have to
Yeah,
do
I
that
know.
on
That's what I'm
YouTube.
gonna start doing. That's what I'm saying. We could probably test it out here, but we could start doing that. And I'll do
No,
that
ain't
with
no
you,
need to
Scholar, too.
test it
Like,
out.
yo,
Ain't no need to test it out.
Yeah, you know
Go to the
what? I would
basement.
go with Tribe Called Quest.
oh, which album though?
Midnight
Or
Marauders, maybe?
Mariah? Okay. And who? Well, see, so that's we gonna start doing that. You grab an album, and I'm like, oh man, I got because see, I'm crazy. I go grab if he said Midnight Marauders from Tribe Called Quest,
Midnight
I-
Marauders was a great
dope album,
album. That was one of my favorites.
dope album.
I used
I
to
will,
listen to
I
that
will,
all the time.
I'll f his head up though. I'll probably go grab Dub C's album from 96, 97. What was the name of that album? I forgot the name of it, but that it has some heat on that. Or I go grab some Easy E. You be like, wait, what? Why would you? I go get the whole It's on Dre 187 where he had the real motherfucking G's and put him up against that. Like
Yeah.
that's a dope, but that's a dope concept, right? just grab 3 joints and be like, nah, boom. You fucking with that really? So we're gonna start playing this game, y'all. I think she's asked what the real reason NWA split up. I'll go talk to Lonzo. In fact, I'm gonna go holler at Lonzo later this week. And maybe I'll get him on a live or something, or I know Jag, he loves Jag. But yeah, I'll talk to him about but the real reason NWA split up, it was really about contracts and money. But that's a whole nother topic. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, the album verses, bro. Jag, we're gonna start doing that. Start doing that.
Okay.
So get your favorite hip hop albums, and it could be from any era. I would hate to go restrict, but any era. I'll say any era, because then I'll be like, oh, okay, you grab that album, yeah, let's do it.
Man, all that's gonna do is break my heart.
Well, hip hop is the first girl that broke my heart.
Those were the days, and you know when you watch
On that note, because that was a good note. That was a dope note. On that note,